All right, here we go. So, welcome to the Venturesome YouTube show and podcast where we plan marketing mastery live with one of a kind entrepreneurs with one of a kind businesses. I'm your host, James Anthony. And today I am with my guest, Katrin Shein. She is health and coach and longevity consultant, and she has an awesome system in business, and I'm really excited to hear about that. And we're going to go through the business, talk some marketing. But I guess to start this and kick this off, Katrin, why don't you share a little bit about yourself and your business?
Yes, hello everyone. Hello, James. About myself, as you said, I'm a health coach and I'm in the industry for 7 years. After my bad and very unsuccessful experience of health experiments. So and now I'm helping people with their health, with optimizing their lifestyle, optimizing their well-being, and helping them to boost their energy, lose weight, and things like that. So everything to be happy and healthy. So that's it shortly.
Mhm. Got it. Got it. So why don't you tell a little bit about your background and credentials, because you have some really awesome credentials. You have a full page of them. So just kind of curious about your background in understanding nutrition and health.
Yeah, like my story started from the interest to dietology. So I started to learn the dietology science and all these nutrition things. I went for that to one of the main functional medicine schools, which based now. So the system was from US, but it's based in Moscow. So and now after that, I realized that the just dietology doesn't work. You cannot just give the meal plan. You cannot just say how many proteins you have to eat. So and I realized that I have to learn more about psychology because like eating habits, everything, it's all complex. So then I got
Hmm.
to psychology of these eating disorders and everything. So I went deep into that, and that's how everything started because I was more like when I started to study dietology and psychology at the same moment, I started to cooperate with the clients. So I practice and theory was always together since the beginning. So, and then I went to health coaching deeply. So I started to learn more about biohacking, about optimization, and working with people on the coaching basic. So that's how it all started. And yeah, I had like many. Everybody asking how long did you study? So I'm studying every day till now for 7 years, I can say, because
That's the
that
right way. Yep.
industry it's really huge. There is always something new
So,
coming up.
you said a couple things. So, nutrition, understanding nutrition is just one component of it. But we have to be realistic that we're not machines. We're human beings. You can hand a nutrition plan to someone. It doesn't mean that they're going to follow it and do it. There's much more going on. And then, of course, talk about biohacking. But I'm kind of curious what your philosophy is on, because of course they can know exactly, and a lot of people do already know what's healthy and what's not, but what is the how, how should what's your philosophy on psychology to get someone to successfully adhere to a plan and transform and change their life?
So there is three core things I would say. The first thing is the health and healthy lifestyle and all the habits. They are not about rules or restrictions. It's all about feelings because people eat healthy food not for eating like healthy avocado. They eat avocado because they feel good. So you go to sleep not because it's healthy and it's good for your growth hormone and everything. You go to sleep because you feel better. So as soon as the person start to take the approach of healthy lifestyle, as from the perspective of feelings, so that's where changes starts. And the other two things is that everybody is on own level. So you cannot, if you just had burger yesterday and you thought that why not, it's okay. And today you come to a health coach and I say like today you do fasting. It's not working like this. So everything have to be like step by step. You never, so people when they hear something they jump on the other levels, and that's, it does work like this. So you have to first solve the things on the first level, like when you're stressed out and you're trying to go on a diet or you start to do sports, it's just harmful, you cannot make it. And so everything is step by step and an own level. So if you are on the level of optimization the lifestyle, yeah, okay, you can go for devices, biohacking things, like trying fasting, trying many other things like extra supplements. But if you are just starting, you're just beginner, you just first time realize that, oh my god, I should maybe move more, so then you start from that point. And it's, everything have to be comfortable, because yes,
Mhm.
we have to go out from the comfort zone, but in terms of nutrition and healthy habits, it's not that easy, because we also have, apart from that, we have private life, we have work, we have many things going on in life. And the third thing is, that's my philosophy, is that as soon as you satisfy five body needs, which is nutrition, good sleep, moving, breathing, or I call it anti-stress also, and hydration, as soon as you
Mhm.
satisfy all these five needs, then you can do what you want. So like every day starting from those 5 points, and if you every day do at least small steps on each five elements, you're gonna feel much better. That's my philosophy. So, and it's don't it's not asking like extra time or something, it's just have to be a part of every human being, because it's like it's life. So that's
Mhm.
shortly about my philosophy.
No, it's great, and I definitely look forward to when you publish about the levels and some of these ideas, because it based on what I've seen, they have a past in dealing in the fitness industry. I know, and I've seen exactly what you say, where someone is like, they realize, they come to that realization that they want to change their lives, and it's not, you cannot go from 0 to 60 within a day. You have to have the proper foundation in each of those steps, and that makes sense. So I'm very excited for this, because this is the type of health advice that is actually helpful. And it does, there's nothing worse than a person that just tries to take on too much too soon, and they get discouraged, and the next time they try to get healthy again, it's just more and more discouraging, and it becomes
Yeah,
harder, right?
yeah, and
So
that's
that I
that's
understand.
where like
Yeah.
that's where the mental issues also coming, like because everybody knows that sugar is bad, and then we see how many people are depressed, but they tried to cut sugar, they tried many things. The point is that they don't see the reason, because for some person, because everybody say like stop drinking coffee, like stop eating late or something, but everybody's individual, and maybe for that person coffee is not harmful at all. But the thing is that every Friday she or he like going to the party, drinking a lot, and then 5 days recovering. Maybe for that person, that's where she or he should work. So that's about these levels, and it's really working. I see how life changing, like really, people when they
Awesome.
start this approach.
So just to segue into this individual that you speak of these individuals. So who is your client, or what kind of individuals do you work with, and what kind of problems do you solve for them? What's this typical person? Maybe there's a couple different types of people, but what is typically on their mind? They say, I want to achieve this goal, or I want to achieve that goal. What are they looking to do? What are they looking to get away from?
So the main question is always there is two questions. First is weight loss, and the second is energy, lack of energy. So I don't have enough energy. I feel tired. I feel fatigue. In the morning I wake up and I'm already done. And the second part of the day, after afternoon, I have energy like break, and weight loss, of course, because that's today very common problem. So, and that's my two, like, so if I would cover only one client, so it's the person who is like busy individuals, and they really don't have much time for their life, for their private life. So they trying to find the ways of optimization, to optimize their lifestyle with healthy habits, and yeah, to get more energy, and with that energy, or reach some goals or lose weight. Depends on the person.
Gotcha, gotcha. So, all around, there was a time when the internet just cut out there a little bit, but all around, this person, they're trying to get better energy, they're trying to lose weight, they're trying to perform better in life in general.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
essentially who you work with, and they're busy individuals, like
Yeah.
entrepreneurs or business owners or just people with
Yeah.
very hectic lives.
Yeah, especially those who are like always busy schedule, like traveling a lot, then meeting by meeting, making like these risky decisions and everything. Those people who really needs that help.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So, with that said, we understand your business. We understand where you're coming from. We understand the background. Let's talk a little bit about the goals of your business and what you want to do with it and how you want to serve the world with it. So, what are you looking to do right now, short term with your business, and what do you envision in the long run with everything?
So we are talking about short term. It's to get like stable clients who are working on the long term with them and providing them with great results, not just on like 1 month or 2 months coaching, but we're working with them long term, and we see the real transformation in every part of their life, because health really changing everything. So
Hmm.
that's the short term, and from that point I want to move to corporate clients, because in many companies there is this busy environment, and by optimizing it we can also like increase the productivity of whole teams in the companies by using some biohacking things. And
Hmm.
so that's the short term, so to get stable long term individuals, and the companies in a little bit like, let's say that's a bit of, in a longer perspective. And after that, and in my plans is to publish my book with this Bodylaw method. And
Hmm.
I was thinking a days ago, like, what will I do when I have this book? And I want to create an application with this coaching program, so to make this app and move from that point. So that's more long term plans. Yeah, I
Got it.
think
Got
that's
it.
that's
So
uh,
you'll have a full platform. Your long-term goal is full platform following. Some kind of sustainable business where there's a following, and of course they're using your method to be their best in terms of
yeah,
their health,
yeah,
and you're targeting that specific person. Okay,
yeah, to get all
awesome,
the data
great,
so they can track themselves and everything by using that method of the pyramid.
got it. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll talk some marketing, and I'm gonna share my screen in a second so we have a good visual for both of us and anyone who's watching. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna break down the marketing funnel that you have set up from step to step, starting from the first moment at which they start moving toward your business to people that have already worked with you. And we're going to look at each piece. Generally, that's where we get the best insights of what to do. That's where we figure out where we can really get growth, and what challenges we maybe want to address. So I'm going to share my screen now. Just a moment. Share screen. All right. So my screen should be sharing right now. So just to kind of go over this, and know a little bit about the customer journey, but I'm just going to kind of speak a little bit about it in general for anyone who is watching this video. So, every single customer, it doesn't matter what type of business it is, a service, a product, um, they'll have some sort of customer journey of how they get to your business. And good marketing is understanding where these people are at mentally at each step that they have to take toward your business to become a customer, and not only become a customer, become loyal and want to refer you business and continue to be a customer. So if we look at some of these things, a lot of times when a business owner is looking at marketing, they kind of they get overwhelmed because there's just so many moving pieces. Should I do this? Should I post on social media? Should I start doing ads? Should I start doing SEO? Should I start writing? There's so many different questions. Oh, what should I do social media about? What should I do my blog about? What topics do I need to be? And really, for everyone, that if they really want to be effective with their marketing, they have to break down these pieces and really do their homework to understand know their customer and know what they can possibly be doing. And there's techniques and methods within each of these. So the really the first stage, and this is how I develop the customer journey. Now, every customer journey can be different, but specific to a service type of business that deals with health coaching, this is generally what it will look like. So, and you, what you want to do is visually picture a big funnel, and at the top of the funnel is wide, and then it keeps going narrow until narrow where your customers are. So at the top of the funnel are the most people. So if we take everyone, everybody is in this into one of these stages at any given time in their life, and we generally we want to make sure we have something in place at the lower thing, closer to when they're ready to make a decision. But also the best marketing is the ones that have captured people when they're in earlier stages. They just kind of realize they have a problem and they don't even know what to do about it, or they don't even know they have a problem. You're the person that made them realize what that issue was. So unawareness is, I don't have a problem, and it's not worth my time. Well, guess what? That person might actually have a problem. So, for example, they might actually be a busy executive, and they kind of, they want to be the best they can be. But right now, they don't realize that if they ate in a certain way and they exercise regularly, they would actually perform better at their job. And there's studies backing that up. Now, what would that do if that person got that information? They might start to realize, yeah, I do actually have a problem because I'm not doing that. And this is kind of an issue. I can see the writing on the wall of how this might negatively impact my life in the future. Now they're moving toward becoming a client in your business. Awareness, I have a problem and I need a solution, but they don't know what the solution is. So let's take this example. This person is starting to gain weight, and they are overtired, and they have all these issues. What do I do? Oh, maybe I'll do P90X, or maybe I'll take these pills. Maybe I'll go to, oh yeah, I need a gym membership at Planet Fitness. I need, I don't know if they probably don't have Planet Fitness in Estonia. That's another conversation in and of itself. It's a gym where they try to advertise to people that don't go to gyms. It's kind of a
Mm.
very
Mhm.
interesting business model. But you have this. They don't know yet, and the way they're going to find out if they know is by someone that's marketing to them, whether it's strong in the culture, or through their friend group, or the ad that they see, or your post on Instagram that allows them to realize that you can help them, or your business can help them. Consideration is that I believe that a health coach is my best option. It's not actually a trainer. They might not be experienced enough at those gyms, or maybe that I can't be taking these pills. That's not actually healthy for me to take these things, and I don't really know what I'm doing because I don't have the accountability factor. The health coach is the best. And then I'm looking, get into the next one, which is I decide that um, who I am going with as a health coach. So it's Katrin. I'm going with Katrin because she seems to be the best health coach option and the best offer to do this and solve my problem. And then a lot of people, there's a lot of great businesses that are really good at all these four things, but they don't keep people, and it's a revolving door sometimes. And that could be in the offer, that could be in, there's people that are really good salespeople. They can sell a ketchup popsicle to the lady in white gloves, as the saying goes, but they don't provide a service and they don't provide value. So it's a revolving door, and that business will fall apart eventually because there's only so many people, and there's people that talk, so advocacy and loyalty, and how do I tap into my current customer base or people that work with me, and how do I, are there other services that they need? So we're going to start backwards, kind of going through your funnel. We'll talk about all this stuff, and we'll figure out some great ideas, and talk marketing in general. So let's start with reactivation a little bit. So this is reactivation means people that have already worked with you, they have a positive opinion of you, but they're currently not buying something from you. They don't. They're not having a service, and that could just be because there's just not an offer. Maybe they did a 12-week challenge, and there just wasn't a next step that they could have benefited from. But right now, they're still sitting there, and they might need accountability. So, in terms of reactivation, Katrin, is there anything there in terms of your people that you've worked with in the past that maybe there's a service that you could potentially provide them? Do you feel like this applies in your situation?
Well, the thing is that at the moment, so I have huge base of clients from the years I worked, but the thing is that now I'm totally switching the audience
Well,
and the
the phone,
services what I provide. Can you
the
hear me?
podcast was pausing a little bit. You said you have a huge base of clients from, and then it cut out a little bit. What did you say?
Okay. So yeah, I have lots of clients from my past projects, but the pricing and the services I'm providing now, they're completely different. And the audience who I worked with before, I'm not really sure if they are ready to jump on my, let's say, coaching now and my services now, because just the price difference and
Hmm.
that's the main reason, because the audience switched in let's say, so now the goals are completely different. So but here for me, I have already so many ready materials like podcasts, some checklists, and many things. So maybe that can work somehow, because it's like ready to give products, and it's super simple. uh, but it's a little bit not matching with my goals at the moment. But in terms of just sales, yeah, to sell something, so there is like very high value products that are ready, so maybe I could use it somehow to reactivate the clients.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, because I mean, naturally, they have to be the type of client that fits your current services. If you have a more premium product or a specific different type of service than people you worked with in the past, so be it. However, that you have this big list, and it just kind of puts home the very important point that it's important to have emails, and it's important to have some type of email marketing that you do, and you don't have to fix yourself on doing an email marketing blast every single week, but having that list and you're broadcasting out to that group, what's going on, and oh, look at this testimonial, look at how great, because they could be providing referrals. And but I think as you stick with this specific particular service, you're going to have a lot more opportunities with that. There's gold in your email list. but I think it's always something to think about. If they could use a service because they of course trust you, and sometimes that's an easy sale. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But just in terms in general, just health coaching in general, getting a person back in on a different offer sometimes is a good idea because then they can justify, oh, I'm going to do that again. Here's my 90-day challenge that I'm going to do again. And then they get back in the swing of things. Any kind of special offer, and it's also good to like just look at that group and just understand what made them, were they working with you, and this is in general, for any health coach, personal trainer, anyone in that industry and world. Why aren't they working with you anymore? Are there reasons? You can kind of learn from your business to improve, so that's always the good thing in general for any business to look at their reactivation.
Yeah, I
Um,
would definitely try now this like consultations, the full one-on-one session with the blood tests and like
mhm.
feedback. Yeah, I think I should definitely try that at the moment.
Yeah, yeah, because I mean that might be something, and your audiences better than I do. Just even
Mm-hmm.
offering that one consult to these people, especially if you think they could possibly be using your current services,
Yeah,
um,
right. Mm-hmm.
just to kind of get them back in. So a step before that are advocacy, loyalty. These are the people that are your lifers, and generally when it comes to the business model that you have and you're developing, you want to have people like this that are working with you for years or more. And if I have to believe, especially in anything dealing with health, there's always something a person could use. If they're a busy entrepreneur, they're gonna have someone holding them accountable, taking care of things. They have decision fatigue. They have too much going on in their life, and just being able to be the person that's planning these things for them. They're not going to ever, unless they lose their job, they're not going to ever not need a service like that. So that's just a thought in terms of advocacy or loyalty. Um, so in this situation, these are your active customers, but let's talk about a couple of things there, because there's really no next step after advocacy aside from upsells. So you were saying that you could potentially, a possible upsell in the future is selling the supplements or books or tools. What are your thoughts on any additional upsells or something that you could be the one providing instead of someone else? Is there anything there right now, or
Well,
maybe some?
at the moment, it could be some tools what I'm providing, like let's say once a month or twice a month, like providing some new techniques or new advices. That's something, and
Mhm.
book is on the way. It's just
Yep.
yeah, soon I hope. But about
Yeah.
supplementation, that's something what I thought about, because like partnering with some companies who providing supplements, that some it can be beneficial for me.
Hmm.
Because I can get like, let's say, commission from the supplements at some point. So, and maybe like providing to the client the, because I know that, for example, this client has a plan for supplementation for next 2 months. So after 2 months, probably there is needed new plan for supplements. So what to take, so what the blood test to be have to be done, and things like that. So yeah, uh,
Yep. No, you just pausing a little bit again.
no.
Oh, now it's working again. You just were pausing for a second. That's totally fine. Um, yeah, because I have to believe that even when it comes to some of these things, again, like this is this is additional ways of generating income for the business. But if these individuals are on these supplements and there's a benefit of them being on it long term, why aren't you the one that makes sure that they have it? This it's very possible that you're the one to, because they trust you. And if it's not you, maybe they're going to a store or doing something like that. But people
But the
like
thing,
doing
yeah,
business with the people they trust.
yeah, that's
So.
something what I missed, like making my business, because I had clients like come and go, and I never saved any data, and I never so for example, this idea of supplementation, for so they have a plan for next month, and then I didn't contact them never again, only if they come to me. So, and that's
Hmm.
I think at this point now I have to think also about optimization from the technical part of it, because I cannot remember about every client when their plans finishing and when they need some new tools or something. So at this
Hmm.
moment, it's really the like time for me to think about optimization and
Do you
making.
feel that, so you have your 12-week challenge? Do you feel like there's health services you could provide them where maybe it's a lower touch or less frequency where they might go for? So at the end of those 12 weeks, I have the maintenance program to, because some people love to keep doing this, and I help you keep accountable to your goals long term. And this is what it is, and you can kind of show them. And any thoughts to something down those lines?
Well, I thought that maybe it would be good to make when we pass this 12 weeks program, then we meet every month. We still have this in touch consultation once a month. So like then we just discuss the questions, everything, and then
Hmm.
we continue to work
Yep.
on really long
Yeah.
term, because like
Yeah, and
once a month we have a
I have to
meeting.
believe that that's just a good part of the business. In terms of making the business more less. There's less of a revolving door, and there's more people that are staying. Because I strongly believe that this is the kind of thing that a person can benefit from. Just this is their part of their life. A person, they have a gym membership for years, and they get something out of it, and sometimes they get something out of it working with a personal trainer for years or a health coach, and and I have to believe that this is the kind of situation that you you don't have to. You're certainly investing your time and effort, but the really hard work, correct me if I'm wrong, is at the beginning when you're getting someone to transform. So a lot of this maintenance is just providing a value, and then you're each time someone says yes, I want to work with you, Katrin, it's not worth it's three times more revenue or five times more revenue in the long run, and you're providing a great service to them. So I would think about that. What upsell, and it's a no brainer to want to work with someone that's going to hold you accountable and does a great job if they've done it for 12 weeks. So um,
Maybe
yeah,
these meetings, as you say, like channels, like kind of meetings once in a
yep.
while, just like yeah, resend again the email with the information. That will be some motivational talk. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because and you're working with this person. You do your touch base every 2 weeks, or I have a feeling that some people would be totally fine keeping the same exact pace, or every 2 weeks or every month. And I just feel like there's like a monthly plan there where it's X amount of dollars per month, euros or whatever denomination you're using, and per month, and they're on this regular plan where they're monthly debited like a service, and they're getting a certain thing for that. So I think that's certainly I think that will be huge for your business, having that long term. And imagine, people refer you business within 3 months. Imagine how many people they might refer you if they were working with you for 3 years or
Yeah, but
5 years.
that's yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
the goal.
um,
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, I think the big takeaway is considering some kind of service offering, long term, and that it's I just feel it's a no brainer. It's so valuable to people to have that, accountability in their lives because their busy job and stress isn't going away. So
It's like I think
okay,
like
so
nowadays it's like having a family doctor. It's the same. So you have like your family
that
doctor,
you're
you have
spot
your
on.
health coach, so the one you can always ask, call, ask the questions and things. That's I think today's have to work like that because family doctor will not always answer very good and as you
Yep.
expect. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I think a lot of people do need someone to rely on, and I don't, every place in the world is different. In the U.S., for example, where I'm from, you're lucky if you get a moment of the time of a lot of doctors. Is that you're not going to really get that help and that support that you might be able to get, and a lot of the issues are surrounding persons just
Yeah, and even
life
you know,
life decisions.
yeah, and like even it's the most important thing for the person. I think it's to don't get into issue. So, for example, like I'm traveling and I know that I will have a jet lag. How to avoid it? And that's the question you cannot ask from family doctor. You cannot ask from the regular doctor. You're gonna ask from health coach, and
Hmm.
that's something what really making the life quality much higher. And yeah.
Yeah, I think the more we talk about this, I think the more this seems like it would be a huge part of the business's growth and just help a lot. Because you have big plans, you have a lot that you're looking to do, and creating this system in the book, and I think they would create some stability in the business, a lot of stability, having some kind of long term offering.
Yeah, like long
Uh,
term is like it's needed. It's needed. Yeah, just
it really is. I mean, I saw it in my experience in fitness. There's just no, there's just so many people. They need that ongoing, and they'll always need it. People have, even like business coaches. A lot of these entrepreneurs, and they will work regularly with that person because there's always ongoing challenges, and
yeah, yeah,
they
yeah.
need that influence and expertise to be able to do these things. So,
But that's the question, like why people undervalue the health coaching because I see the percentage of interest to business coaching is quite higher than health
mhm,
coaching because
yep, yep,
I think it's again the story about that people think, oh, I go to health coach, they just limit my life, I will not enjoy my life anymore, and things like that. But that's about optimization. Just you kind of always can optimize something, and there is many hacks on doing it.
yeah, absolutely. Because I have to feel, and I think it's a similar thing because the world that I do know is the personal training, and I'm familiar with dietitians. It is a oh, lost my train of thought. I hate when that happens. Uh, it's definitely a world that there are a lot of people that are skeptical in if this is going to create a value. But I think if you're so for you create this value, you get a person to get results, they lose a little bit of weight, and you can show them how you're willing to help them. And I think the other thing is a lot of people, they're we all lie to ourselves all the time. So a lot of times a person might think, if we don't set that strong frame working with them, that, oh, I just need this, and then I'm done. I think they're being dishonest with themselves, because having
Yeah,
that influence in their life, because everybody has a coach whether they like it or not. If you really think about it, so you might be the coach, but let's take you out of their life, and then their coach, quote unquote, is the boyfriend or girlfriend that's eating in a poor way, or the friends that, oh, let's go out and let's really drink and do all these things that are gonna, kind of out of balance. There's nothing wrong with enjoying life, but out of balance lifestyle, or make these choices. Everybody has coaches. They have these influences, and providing an influence, they know they want to be better with their life, but providing an influence, that's hugely valuable. And we're social beings as human beings. That's not going to go away. That we will be influenced by who we're around, and there's a
Yeah,
huge value to have some kind of coaching.
exactly.
It's not
And,
just giving information to tell you what has a lot of sugar in it. I
yeah,
just feel like, you know,
yeah, and also like now people are so like interested. If you also like you go to some YouTube or what wherever, like everybody's
mhm.
into like business, marketing, wealthy life, like these all things, and so big ignorance of health, like really. So just basic things. And for example, like if you put in your computer a little bit higher, you will see how your brain working much better. These things, like, yeah, and nobody, like only health coach can tell you these things, like, because it's super
Exactly,
individual.
exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's very important. So let's take a step back from the step of creating someone that's, someone that has purchased your services. The person that decides that, I'm going to sign up, I'm going to work with you. How do we get that person to become a advocate, a referrer, someone that is super, I'm going to work with her for permanent. I think this is an important part, service to have in my life, because this is hugely beneficial to me. So just a couple thoughts here. When it comes to that, and this is what I've noticed. So let's talk about testimonials and
Mm-hmm.
referrals. Um, I would suggest that every single person you sign up, there needs to be a conversation at the start of that talk. When they sign up and when they exchange the funds. When I help you get to your goal of where you want to be, will you be interested in being a testimonial?
Mm-hmm.
Just setting expectations for testimonial and referral. Um, that is huge, because the more people you get in these testimonials, because that's something I want to talk to you about in terms of the marketing, because I see a lot of awesome stuff you have for awareness and solving problems, but I think it would be so helpful that also you're mixing in, here's the story of so and so, and what
Mm-hmm.
how they've transformed their life, and here's so and so doing the workouts. Here's the, can you record this for me on your phone, Susie, or whatever the person's name is, and just tell a little bit about how helpful you were, how helpful the business, your system was to them. That sort of thing, and the just setting that expectation at the start, will make a huge difference. It
Mm-hmm.
looks like you do have some, testimonials, but just imagine that, where are they? Yeah, you have all these awesome testimonials. You clearly know how to help people, but just imagine this: they're seeing in your Instagram and TikTok and Twitter and all these other places. Here's the latest transformation. Here's the latest story of someone that is doing much better in their life because of the things that you help them. So, and people love that because it's so authentic. It's because, we know these are real, but there's certainly people out there. Well, I think there's a perception of a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people in the fitness industry that, oh, these are just pictures of people, and this isn't actually who
Yeah.
someone that you worked with, and people don't know whether to trust because they've been burned a lot. A lot of people get
Mm-hmm.
burned by, being told that, oh, I'll help you do this, and it doesn't work. So that authenticity would be huge, and you would be shocked the amount of, more people that'll do the testimonials if there's just an expectation from day one, and
So
it
like
also shows confidence.
the
Yeah,
most powerful is like video testimonials, right?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely, and an authentic one. I'll tell you, I've done marketing a lot of other industries, and there's this old school. And this probably comes from that before you couldn't just post something on YouTube. You had to do a professional camera and professional work to do any kind of commercial or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But the authentic, a person just taking their phone and just going like this and saying, "Hey, so and so is this will
Yeah, yeah.
outperform
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times those professionally fancy schmancy uh,
Mm-hmm.
testimonials." Just because it's just authentic. And so I would say that. And then also something I would also consider is having some kind of referral program that you bring to people's attention. That since you'll have this offer for them that they can work with you long term, because you can be the doctor. You're saying you see the doctor. You have to go to your accountant once a year. You're working with your new health coach expert, because
Mm-hmm.
what's more important than your health? Yeah, taxes are important. You have to see your accountant, but this is like right up there. So why doesn't the person have a health coach? Uh, but having some kind of referral program where they get, if they refer someone, they get a certain amount off. So they're essentially being your sales force. If you think about it, they're advocating for you. They get, possibly some kind of discount on the services that they
Mm-hmm.
provide, and they're incentivized and they have in their mind, I need to find people, because there's no better way sale or experience than having someone come in and they already know that you're the real deal, and you don't have to convince them. So that's just a thought. I would definitely consider what you might want to offer, but I think if you have a good system there, it can't go wrong. um,
Yeah.
Also, any kind of thing you might give them, some kind of surprise gift. Those sort of things just go a long way. Um,
Like branded pen, whatever, things like
you
that.
got it. Yeah. When I was running the small group personal training studios, we would, every single person that signs up, here's a bag. We're going to give you a couple things. So we would give them, and this would be baked into the price of the service if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So we would give them a protein powder canister. We would give them a protein shaker. We would give them a T-shirt. We would give them, what else did we give them? Yeah, we gave them a shaker, protein shaker, T-shirt, and then a like starting meal plan. I don't know if that's relevant to you,
It can be
but the point
also,
is,
yeah, I
yeah, I
could
mean,
actually like agree with some sponsors, something like this to make like basic tool of the supplements, like MCT oil, so the basic things which like everybody has to have. Maybe
yes,
things like that. Yeah. Actually, I had
exactly.
all these ideas, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can bake it into the price, and but also you can pose it as a surprise. So the first
Mm-hmm.
experience they're having with you are surprises and happiness. Oh, I got a gift. And you're giving people
Mm-hmm.
things that they're going to need. Here's your protein powder. I don't know if you advocate for the person to use protein powder or meal supplements, but if it is, here it is. Here's the bottle.
Yeah.
Those sort of things can certainly do wonders, because they just, it's goodwill to start off a experience.
Like
um,
physical things, like physical stuff. Mm-hmm.
yes, absolutely, absolutely, you got it. So let's talk about the sales process, and I want to just brush through this because we want to mainly stick through the marketing, but your consultations are generally 15 minutes, right?
Well, when it's let's say free consultation, yeah, it's 15 up. No, it can be longer, depends on the person, but maximum normally it's like 30 minutes.
Okay. And out of these people that you meet with, what percentage of them actually sign up? So you do this free consultation, and like out of 10 free consultations, how many of them will buy? Or
Like
right now,
actually,
it's still too soon with the business.
Like honestly, now I have very less percentage of requests for the free consultation because most of the time they book the whole session, like this blood test consultation, and then from that point, they jump on, they sign up for the full program, and
Awesome.
because let's say in last 6 months, I maybe had like five requests for the free consultation, which is like zero, nothing, let's say.
Zero
And
signups. Got it.
yeah, and then I had some clients who've been ready to sign up, and they just booked this free call just to confirm. So it wasn't like a sales call; it was just so they provided information and then they signed up. So for me, this free consultation doesn't work at the moment at all. Maybe I don't promote it enough or something. But
Hmm.
how I get this full consultation is I have agreement with several partners, and
Hmm.
that's about the referral. So they get commission from my services. So and they recommend me as an expert, and then we sell the whole consultation. And here
Got it.
people get the value already. They know that I give like very good quality information and I motivate them. So and then they sign up to the whole and let's say from
How
10,
much is this paid consultation? Just out of curiosity,
now
for us.
in euros it's 90 euros at the moment.
90 euros. Got it.
Yeah,
Got it. So there's a first first stop, and the way it works is that they pay the 90 euros first,
yeah,
and then they get their blood test, and then you do a
uh,
consultation with them. Is
yeah,
that how it
yeah,
works?
yeah, that's how it works.
Awesome. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's good. I think you're right on with that approach because usually, they're in this stage where they're like, I got to really understand if she can help me, and by doing this consultation, you're giving them a small sample, and €90 isn't a lot for someone who can afford, this type of work. So that's a really good model. I was one thing that I did want to bring up is that if you do these free consultations, generally it's been my experience if you're trying to get them to do a big purchase, it takes at least 45 minutes, 60 minutes of just working with them. You're consulting, you have to help them a little bit to really get a high percentage of them into some kind of paid package.
Yeah.
But yeah, got it. Yeah.
And I feel
So.
like, after like 7 years of experience and making free consultation at the moment, it's a kind, I
Mhm.
don't feel comfortable myself. Like when I jump to this free call, I'm like, yeah, I have to sell, but I don't feel comfortable because like it's too much knowledge at the moment, and just spreading it for free, I think it's unprofessional even.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, and so you feel it's unprofessional just because you can't give them enough information or enough help in 15 minutes to really understand what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like sales. So it's not satisfying myself firstly. So,
Hmm. Got it. Okay. Yeah, because I think like even the steps before this, which is getting people through the door. Right now, you're getting these blood tests, and these people that are doing the blood tests are coming in from these partners. Is that correct, or are
yeah,
they coming in
yeah.
from other?
Most
Okay, so they're
most
coming
of
in
the
from.
time they yeah, most of the times they come from the partners.
Okay, like 80% or 90% are through the
I would
partners.
say I would say 90%, yeah.
Got it. Okay. So let me ask you this because I think this is an important thing, and I'll tell you. I'll give you an example. I have a client that I work with in the cannabis industry, consulting in the cannabis industry. Okay, and we found that 50% or more of their revenue comes from not directly reaching out to clients, but working with attorneys because the attorneys are always working with these cannabis businesses. So there's a system of trust there, and there's things that this consulting can do for the clients that work with the attorney. And everybody's working with the attorney, but we have got traction by getting and reaching out to as many of these attorneys as possible and building these relationships. So there's just a strong network, and they're some of the best clients you can get because they're immediately, there's trust built in because they've already worked with a legit person, and because they know that you can help a lot, it's instantly they're comfortable and they're starting the business relationship and service relationship comfortable. So my question to you is, are there other blood companies and other types of these businesses that you can also reach out to and pitch to them that you could do this for them? Because maybe
Yeah,
that's the easy way.
yeah, I definitely should get more networking and some like I thought about some business communities as well. And now it's huge market as well, and then some mm, like where is the community? So I thought about communities actually, and then I thought also about some clinics or some gyms. It can be some gym or like member clubs, let's say something like this, who I can partner with. So I think
Hmm.
I have to really grow with a partnership around my business and make the maybe referral can be done for them, so they also have interest to cooperate with me.
Yep. And generally, a really good, stable business has at the very least three profitable channels of how they're getting their customers. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe uh, pillar one is this, where you are doing this, but I think you kind of have to have the system down pat, nice and organized. That if you know that these companies that are, whether it's these clinics or the blood tests or whatever, there needs to be some kind of system where you identify who they are. There's probably thousands across the world, or there's quite a few, I'm assuming, in your own country. And reaching out, introducing, offering these services, offering, maybe it's a referral that you offer. Like you get 10% of the business working with some of these other providers, and having a volume where you're spending time each week reaching out to these people until you find these really good people, and then marketing to them. So I would say that would be a huge one. If we're looking for other routes, because here's the thing, like if we're talking about pulling people in directly from Instagram or Facebook or some of these other places, your initial offer could be this $90 offer, certainly. But you also might want to consider other ways of getting these people in for sales. Generally, the most common way are these, the free consultation or free workout. If you have a good situation that you do this, 75% of these people are going to be working with you for months. So if
Mm-hmm.
you know that confidently, then it's a no brainer to do these things because it's just you're giving them the information they need to trust you. So
Mm-hmm.
um, definitely a conversation in and of itself. So let's talk about consideration. And this is the person I believe I have, that health coach, and doing XYZ is the best solution. I believe that a health coach keeping me accountable, giving me meal plans, giving me a plan of how I should be active is the best option for me right now. Now, my question to you is, do you currently have any content, whether social media, on your website, that talks about why the health coach is the best option for you? Why you are the best health coach option versus other ways of trying to lose weight or keep healthy? Or do you think that's something maybe you should, like, develop more so you have some
Yeah,
more
that's
about what you
that's
want?
something I have to develop. Yeah, like I
Yeah.
post like I have my story in my Instagram, like my journey. I have testimonials there, but I don't really push because I go too much to go value to people, but I don't really push on sales. That's really true, and I'm not
Mhm.
saying a lot about how. As we discussed today about this family doctor, and I'm like, why I don't say that in the social media? I should so people don't think about that. Yeah,
Yeah, but you know
definitely.
what? Your instincts are absolutely right about not going overboard with, oh, buy from me, That's not how this works. It's, value, 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 and then talk about something a little further down, kind of talking about it, but make it present so the people that need to hear that message, that understand, what, this is so helpful, what you're telling me. I like this. This is kind of, valuable. I think a lot of these people, yes, they need to hear that message about sugar that you made, that cool video with the donuts and the candy flying everywhere. I like that one. But those people need to also understand. They know they need to do this, and they're excited of the vision they have of how could I be better. But they also maybe need to understand that, what, there's huge value in being held accountable and having a customized plan to help you do these things. And they need to hear that message. So I would say that should be one of your goals, to have some content that's doing that says, that offers, well, for one, offers, it talks about some of your testimonials. You have your testimonials on Instagram or TikTok or wherever that may be. That goes out there. The other thing that I'm thinking is that, because here's the thing, like, if you look at some of the offers on some of the biggest fitness sites and how they lay out their plan, and I think this is perfect with what you have with this system that you're talking about. Just to look at a couple things here to give you an example of what I'm talking about. A lot of them, just they explain their service by saying you're going to get this one check mark, this one check mark, this one check mark. They list
Mm-hmm.
out, you know, once a week consultation call, nutrition plan, customized nutrition. See, they do certain things
Yeah.
like this where it's laid out. You know what? I'm trying to figure out the psychology here is that I am here on the site, and you know what? I love yoga or whatever. That's perfect. I really want to do this, but what am I? Is this the way I get my yoga? And okay, oh, that's the price. What am I going to get? Okay, I get this, and I get this. So I think that might be something you might want to consider adding a little bit more to your site. So you have this plan and you have your check marks of you're going to get
Mm-hmm.
this with this plan and that and that. And I have to believe that will be more effective to bring in online leads, because that's certainly another thing that maybe you want to have going on in your business, where you're getting leads coming in submitted through the website in a regular way. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's something to certainly consider. Let me see if this one has another example. Yeah, these have the benefits. This is the kind of stuff that really persuades, having this, and again, it's talking about, this is what we're going to give, where you get follow a plan structured for your long-term success. Boom, benefit right there. Get support, accountability, risk-free guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of stuff you can potentially learn from some of the best fitness websites, because they've invested tens of thousands of dollars in figuring out what makes people tick. And I will tell you, a site like this, they probably have thousands upon thousands of people visit. They probably have leads coming in every single day. And the person that's running this site is looking at that and they're going, okay, it looks like that 10% of people that go on here sign up for the email. What change do we make on the site to get 12%? Because all that stuff is going to matter. But anyway, stuff to think about. I'll send over these some of these sites to you just so you can see them, and maybe you have an idea that spins in your own style. That could
Mm-hmm.
definitely, I think, be helpful. So let's go through this. So yeah, I would say, definitely testimonials. Talk about how you're gonna, why your option is better than other health coaches. What differentiates your health coaching? Because keep in mind, this person already knows they sort of need like a health coach or a fitness coach. Awareness, um, again, this is stuff that you do really good. You address problems. You address, the how to solve these problems and challenges. I would say that, this is, I have a problem and it's worth trying to find a solution for. I would say having some sort of content talking about what are my best options to transform my health, and
Mm-hmm.
talking about, let's compare the, okay, you could take these supplements, or You could, you work with a health coach, you go to a gym. But here's the downside: this is going to happen. Did you know that most people that go to gyms, only 15%? I don't know what the statistic is, but 15% only go. And the reason why is because a lot of times when we're in that state, we need more accountability. And you can talk about what the value is of the type of service that you provide without even saying, hey, it's me, I'm the health coach you should work with. It's just
Mm-hmm.
talking about the value of having a coach. That sort of thing, I think, is a huge part of that. Compare options to get your energy back, these sort of things. And then unawareness. Um, I think this is something you might want to think about. I'm not sure if you spoken on this as well. Just taking people that don't think they have a problem and speaking about, yeah, because how you're living your unhealthy lifestyle, that's why you can't perform as well at work. Do you have content like that yet, or is that
Yeah,
something maybe you're planning on doing?
that's something interesting because I had my one of my partners. It's been a school who teaching chefs, waiters, and people like that, and they included one 6 hours of lesson of about nutrition dietology. So and the
Mm-hmm.
audience there, they are completely unhealthy people. Just look, I mean, the people who really don't care, and they never thought that sandwich for the breakfast is not the best idea. So and then I come there and I say that everything they does is just complete mess. And that was a great experience to see how people realizing like, oh my god, I'm doing something wrong. Hmm. I
Mm-hmm.
should change something, but I never created like any content in social media about that. Like I only been invited as a speaker
Mm-hmm.
to the school, and I also worked with teenagers as well at the same point. Like where they like energy drink is a great idea, why not? So and then I explained them that no, guys, it's not the best choice. So, but I'm not
Yes.
making the content. So maybe I should make such topic as well and just put on Target or something.
Yep. And to that point, people need to know about you and what you authentically do in a given day. So if you're going to speak, you should be posting that and talking about
Mm-hmm.
that. If you're going to help the kids do certain things, or you're on your way to work with a client, or you just had a realization work, people hear that and they intuitively can pick up that you're the real deal. You actually help people. You actually work with people and provide them value. And that, because anybody, you could take a random person, they go and put up an Instagram page, and they put these quotes that they find from some other page, and they say that they're helping because they just copied someone else's idea, versus someone who's going out and they actually, you know not only, but you personally are, have all these unique ideas that you're posting clearly, but to add on top of that, that you're showing that you're helping the person and you're going to this place or that place to do
Mm-hmm.
this or that. That's just, people just will trust and credible, and corporate wise too, when they try to background check what you're doing and they try to
I
learn
always
about you, which is the real deal.
feel a little like I have inner questions about like what should I post in my, let's say, stories, because where to balance that I don't want to show my private life, and at the same point I know that it's adding some value and interest to the audience. So
Mm-hmm.
that's something where I'm always struggling. So I stuck here because I don't know like what should I show and what I don't. For example, like now I'm on my fasting, like 48 hours of fasting, and I posted and I see the interest of the audience.
Oh,
But
your phone, it just cut out.
now can you hear me now?
Oh no. There we go. Now you're back.
Now I'm moving, I see.
Yeah, I saw that you were moving.
Yeah, but it's
I
something
don't
with
hear.
internet
Okay,
problem.
now we're good. Now I can hear you again.
Yeah, perfect, good, but I'm a bit slower than normal.
Yeah, go ahead. So you were saying that you were looking for the balance of how much do you show of
Yeah,
what's going on in your private life.
Yeah, like how to balance it and how to don't post so much, because sometimes I have days when I want to share everything what's going on, and and then I'm like, no, I will just make photo or video, and then I will post it the other week, something like this. So here I cannot find a great balance, and yeah, there
Hmm.
is always question what should I post and what I shouldn't.
Yep. I you so I guess first thing is you definitely want to post things that show the sort of stuff that you're actually doing,
Mm-hmm.
so they get a sense. So if you're going to speak someplace, you should kind of talk about that and have an insight. If you're, even if you have something that's almost imperfect, sometimes talking about having a challenge makes you more authentic, because it makes you more credible. So, because sometimes people just, they don't trust someone who seems like, oh, I'm too perfect, and I have no, there's no faults, and there's nothing that I do is wrong. Understanding that, being able to relate to someone is huge. So that's, I would say you really have to think about what will help a person trust that I can help them and create value in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that. I don't think you have to tell a person about everything. um, but just to kind of go full circle to this, I would
Mm-hmm.
say it's like this: when it comes to your marketing, you definitely want to think in your mind that you need probably three stable sources, because if one source goes away or doesn't work as well, you have the other two. So you have just a couple. Three is good to go with. And usually, a good approach to start building this is to focus on one, and then once you feel like one is very stable, then go to the next one, and then go to the next one. So I would say that if one of your ways to go that you've been getting clients successfully are these clinics, and are these places that, people look for blood work, and think about like even these entrepreneurs or someone that's obsessed with their health, or understanding the epigenetics, I believe that's the term. Um, they're going to go to certain clinics. Can you partner with those people? What's the offer that you could give them that, just says to them, you know what, I work with so and so people. I'm looking for those to partner with so I can refer business to them, because you always want to help a person first. And partner, does it make sense to touch base on the phone or however you do this? But I think you want to find a system that you can find these people and have some kind of pitch that you can have instead of. Just to give an example, this clinic that you work with, in the past, like, I don't know, in the past 2 months, I mean, like, what's like they're giving you like one or two referrals per month, something like that.
I had, for example, in August, I had from one, she's cosmetologist. She works in a private clinic, and I got, I think, 15 clients from her
Wow,
for
cosmetologist.
from one-on-one sessions, and from there I got three clients on a whole program, the full coaching program.
So how does that work? Do you guys, like, how does that conversation go? She just talks with them, and then they
Yeah,
talk about if
for
they want to get in
example,
shape or something, or
for
like what did
example,
they
we
come
have,
in
yeah, they come to her with some health problems or skin problems, and
from?
then
Yep.
she says them like it's all not only my treatments will help you, but we have to look inside what's going on with your liver, with your thyroid, and all the organs, vitamins, and everything, and yeah, and then she gives a list of blood tests what they have to make, and
Hmm.
she immediately booked my meeting with me. So and then they provide me their blood results, and then we start work with them.
Oh, so you have a whole system set up where she's dealing with their issue. And part of my ignorance about cosmetology, I don't have much experience with it, but they're getting to, they basically do makeup and,
Yeah, they
work
do.
on skin improvement and treatments
Yeah,
and so forth.
yeah.
And then the other part is that they also need this help. And I have to imagine that by you working with her, it probably creates a situation where the clients that she works with are much happier because they're better serviced and taken care of. That's
It's
correct, right?
absolutely, yeah. And the results,
So
let me show you also the results. Like, for example, that's was the
sure,
before.
you know what? Let me see. Stop sharing the
Can you,
screen so
it's
you
like
can.
that's before, if you can see that.
Uh
That's a
huh. Yep.
skin. And that's not the end, but we are nearly there.
And it just clears up because of the specific treatments that are being done.
It's nutrition and just so before and after, you can see the huge difference.
Yeah, that's awesome. So
That's just
it's and then
nutrition and the cosmetology. So that, I mean, in the beauty industry now, they go to this anti-aging protocols and things. Without health, you cannot make it. So probably that's one of the my marketing ways as well. So to partnering with different kind of experts, clinics, and
yep. Think about this. If they gave you and how within what time period did they give you 15 clients?
it was 1 month.
So within 1 month they did. And these are the kind of clients that work with your current service, would you say?
It's been like one session on blood work. So I give them plan for a month or two, depends on the person, and then they normally they book also second session after like this period. Those who don't
Got
sign up for the whole program.
Got it. Okay. Because, you think about this. If you feel as though that sort of person, if you have specific offers you can give them to work with them long term, you get 15 from her. Like, what if you knew 10 of her, like 10 of this type of person? Like, you had 10 clinics you reach out to. You can find their emails on their websites and you give them the right pitch and approach it
Mm-hmm.
the right way with the right type of email, give them the same offer and explain what you do. And, you can work something out, whether it's through referral fee or whatever, however you work this out, but you could have like just a constant stream of clients that maybe no other health coach is using this model, or not many people are doing this, and you can specialize at that particular thing, and then you have these clients. But yeah, think about that, because you could just get these people, get a big list of this the same type of situation, and you could be helping them that way. So I think that's definitely something to think about, and to kind of talk about that. So let's say you do have these partnership opportunities, if you can really master a system with that, but also you definitely want to consider that, what other channels can you get clients from. And I
Mm-hmm.
would say this because this is a longer conversation. It's stuff you should investigate for sure. I would be looking into how do you do Facebook and Instagram ads, because that could be immediate, to get immediate consultations, doing specific offers. You just want to learn about it first before you do anything like that. But you could do those lead ads where you have an offer, and then people are, they give their information, and then you follow up with them. You could consider writing, and having a blog on your site for SEO, and having content talking about this stuff. Because if you're going to write the book, you definitely want to have some pre-content. And you definitely, I think, one thing to offer, or on your website, would be also to subscribe to some kind of newsletter that you have, to
Mm-hmm.
know, get free tips and ideas on your health, and then you start building this list that accumulates over years. And it doesn't matter what you do. If you have an email list, you can always market to it. You have 10,000 or 20,000 people, you can always offer something, and then you have this stable um, channel that will give you clients. So that would be my thoughts. But yeah,